Hello and welcome to Off the Hook Crochet. Well, that's the name of the podcast. The name of the channel is it's Crochet. And I have to tell you, I have been sick for almost 2 weeks now, and that's why I haven't gotten any new podcasts or episodes, period, up. So I'm going to try and make this a short episode because I definitely want to make sure that I'm keeping content for you. And yet I'm still not at that place where I can talk for an extended period of time without hacking my lungs out. So this one might be short and sweet. If not, I'm going to have to edit out a lot of coughing. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, first up, what am I wearing? If you haven't seen this before, this is the Gigi Newsboy hat, and I couldn't tell you the name of the designer. My mother-in-law actually made this for me before I was crocheting, and I love the pattern so much. I went out and got my own, and so I'm going to make another one, maybe more than one, in multiple colors. But I think because here in Arizona, we don't have, at least in the southern part of Arizona, south of the very tippy top, we don't have the kind of climate where it snows, where you need to have those nice warm beanie kind of style hats. So I think this is a great kind of more wintry spring, fall sort of hat. So yeah, I think I'm going to make this in a couple of more colors. Definitely like a bluish denim sort of color. And, maybe a brown one or a tan one, something like that. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, let's dive right in. What have I been working on? Well, let's update you on the Starlight Mosaic, because that's the one that I've made some decent progress on here. And as you can see, I think the last time we talked, I was probably about here. And so I finished all of this, and then I did all of the ribbing all the way around. And I don't know about you, I hate doing ribbing. And this pattern, I totally could have left the ribbing off, but I think it just gives it so much of a nicer, finished, professional look to it that I went ahead and did that. So all I've left to do is the sleeves. I've started on this sleeve right here, and then I've got to do this sleeve, and then I have to do a little bit of something with the collar. Now, again, I don't have to do anything, but I think it just gives it a little bit more of a clean, finished look. So that's my plan. And then, of course, weave in the ends. So I'm almost done with that. I think I should be done with that this week. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Now, I have also been working on my other... I had 2 custom ordered denim jackets, and here's one of them. I'll talk a little bit about her in a minute. Here is the other one. She wanted a very colorful sleeve, and I think I accomplished that. Now, I'm not done with this one. I still have to sew on the other sleeve. It's already done. I just have to sew it on. But I'm also going to add a little extra embellishment that I'm just waiting on something to be delivered from Amazon that I ordered to add a little extra flair. Because I don't like to just do what's expected. I like to make it a little bit more fun and pizzazzy. So hopefully I should have this done this week as well, and can get those mailed off to her. I know she wants them in time for Christmas. She's totally have them way before that, so I'm good to go on that. So those were the major projects that I've been working on. Objects, because that also, that's this jacket here, and I know that Well, I've had it done for like almost 2 weeks. I haven't had a chance to reveal her to you, so unless you follow me on Instagram, which is right there. I know I keep looking at my screen. My screen's here, my camera's here, so I keep looking down. And normally I try not to do that, but I'm sick. You can all forgive me, right? Good, thank you. I'm calling this the Boho Granny Battalion because I added this little extra granny square border cuff basically to the bottom of the mesh sleeve. So the client asked for the mesh sleeve in a flare style, and just to kind of give it a little bit of extra pizzazz, I added this granny square cuff, and I think it turned out so cool and amazing. And I think whoever it is that she's gifting this to is going to be thrilled with it. So I'm totally happy with the way this came out. So one thing that I'm definitely noticing, and I don't know how creative you are in your crochet process, it's all good if you just follow a pattern and that's all you ever do. That's okay, and I don't want you to think that you have to break out of that mold. But for me, I often take a lot of liberties. Now, these sleeves that I'm doing generally don't follow a specific pattern. It's completely something that I almost freehand because there really is no pattern for these sleeves. So it's just something that I naturally freehand. But I don't want to just stop at the crochet aspect of it. I could stop at the crochet and then call it a day, but I like to add some extra textures and elements to kind of add that little pizzazz. And I don't always, well, truth be told, I never know going in what it's going to be. And sometimes I will put a jacket aside for a couple of weeks while it's in the process, and then I don't know, suddenly in the middle of the night, that brilliant idea comes to me and I'm like, oh, that's what's going to take it to the next level. So I don't know ahead of time what it's going to look like. I just have to wait and see. Okay, moving on, because like I said, I'm starting to cough really bad. Stash down. I used up 200 grams of yarn for that, and I have acquired, because Knit Picks had their $2 for $6 sale, and I got some more yarn. I'm not sure entirely how many grams this is. It's a lot. But I was really trying to find lots of colors and colorful yarns that are not acrylic. Because I know a lot of these jackets that I'm designing, I don't want them to be made using acrylic yarns. Not that there's anything wrong with acrylic. Acrylics can be some very, very beautiful yarns, but I just, I mean, no shame to those that use acrylic. I'm not a fan of the way it feels when I'm working with it. And if I'm not a fan of the way it feels when I'm working with it, I also know that some of my clients are not going to be a fan of the way that it feels when they wear it. And so I have in my list options to select out of using things like acrylic or wool if there's allergies or something like that. So yeah, I wanted some yarns that are very beautiful and that are not acrylic. So like this one is 50% cotton, 50% viscose. It is Visions by Knit Picks, in case you're curious. This one is also Visions. This one is Sandscapes, and it is a 100% fine superwash virgin wool. Now, because this was not merino wool, I was nervous about how it's going to feel. So we'll have to see, because the non-merino wools often irritate me as well. This is another Sandscapes. This is a Sandscapes. I also picked up some more Capra. I actually really like the Capra. I did a swatch Saturday, which you can check out up there, and I'll link it in the comments below, about Capra, so you can see how that works up. And yeah, so I just did a few different kind of colors, so I have all kinds of different things. Oh, and then I bought some Shine so that I can do a swatch Saturday with Shine, which is 60% Pima cotton, 40% modal. On first impression, it feels very, very soft, but I wanted it to be both soft and kind of more of a lightweight, because cotton can be heavy. Even though it's more of a summer fabric, it can make a dense fabric when you're crocheting with it. So we'll do a swatch on that and see how it works out. So many different pretty colors in here. I am really excited to just kind of test this out and see where it all goes. I have no idea, but I definitely bought enough to keep me in jacket sleeves for a while. So there you go. That is my stash update for what it is. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, the other tool that I purchased, and I actually have another one on the way, is a snap tool. Now, I have not owned a snap tool. I have a rivet tool, but I don't have a snap tool. And so I ordered a snap tool because one of the things that I want to do on these jacket upcycles is to add some different elements like snaps. And the first snap tool that I purchased, it works fine, but I didn't know to make sure that it would go through the depth of like several layers of denim, because the project that I have in mind for it is the seam of, so I have to finish that. I have to finish the Starlight Mosaic, and I expect that those two will take me no longer, like by next week when I'm doing this, we should be good to go. I'm done. Then I'm actually considering, I was watching a video recently of Christmas things, Christmas traditions that no longer exist. And one of those was the Christmas corsage. Now, I want to do a little bit more research on these, but these were big apparently up until the 60s and 70s, when they sort of fell out of favor for various reasons. But I think if I crochet a Christmas more, oh my gosh, Christmas corsage for each of the women in my life, that would be such a unique and fun, just small gift. I don't think it would take a lot of time. I don't know if I have enough time between now and Christmas, but I think I certainly want to do just a little bit more research on that and take that project on, very possibly. I'm not committing to it yet, but I have a strong desire to do it. So that might be the next sort of project besides my own jacket. Okay, and then finally, next week is Thanksgiving week, and I am going to be RV camping in southern Arizona, and with some friends, our neighbors, who also RV. So we're going to be missing Thanksgiving with the big family this year, but we have lots of times that we get together with the big family. And my son lives in another state, so I don't get to see him. I'll actually get to see him for Christmas. So we're sort of taking a non-traditional Thanksgiving camping trip, and I still plan on getting videos out. Speaking of which, if you haven't noticed, this came out on Wednesday instead of Thursday. My goal is to shift these to Wednesdays, and part of the reason for that is because it kind of feels like a WIP Wednesday style. So I don't know, I just want to kind of test it out on Wednesdays instead of Thursdays. And then the videos that usually come out on Tuesdays, I'm going to shift those to Mondays. And Swatch Saturdays will stay on Saturdays. So just a little programming note for you. But we'll be camping, so hopefully I can still get some crocheting done, and the videos will still come out. I'll just get those done ahead of time so they're ready to go out, and you'll get to see them the same time, same day kind of thing. Fingers crossed all of that happens. Thank you for staying around, even though I haven't gotten anything out for the last couple of weeks. This cold is just, it was not terrible, like feverish kind of thing. It just, I was exhausted. I didn't have the energy to do anything. And then I developed this cough once I started getting my energy back, and that's just lingering, and it's hard to talk for more than 10 minutes without hacking along. So, with that, I better sign off and say, hey, Farrah, frog us out of here.